Hello YouTube, welcome to another one of my Duel Links videos, and today I have for you another member requested deck. If you guys don't know, anybody that it's a member on my YouTube channel gets to request a deck video every month. I'll play whatever they want. They can give me as much or as little detail as they want, and then I'll go on from there. This time we're checking out Ace Grimace's request, which all he said was play 30 card Blue Eyes, and that's what we're doing today. So I decided to go with the Buster Blader Blue Eyes combination because I used to play that in the CCG. We're missing a lot of cards, obviously, for them to mesh together as well as they did. And it's really hard to recreate in Duel Links because there's just not enough room in a 20 card deck. So when I was thinking 30 card Blue Eyes, I decided to go ahead and try it, and it worked pretty well for the most part. We're kind of YOLOing with the skill. We're not using anything that's going to help us get to our grass looks greener. We're just gonna go beat down, but we do run a lot of cards that we can summon. I mean, we run 3, 6, 9, 12 cards that we can summon. 15 cards that you ideally want to open if you consider grass, and there's just a ton of things you can do with this deck. We're using beatdown as a skill because it's just really good, and I really like the skill. So we're starting things off with Snipe Hunter. You're gonna use this to get the cards that you want into the grave, such as White Stone of Ancients, and it's also gonna help you out a lot of things, back row stuff like that. We don't really run any back row removal, actually, other than Dragon Spirit of White. So this is good for that. 3 White Stone of Ancients, 3 Buster Whelp. It's really cool because it's still a light level 1 tuner, so you can use it with your Blue Eyes to synchro into your Azure Eyes, do any of your plays. But then it gives you that Buster Blader engine, so you get to search your Destruction Swordsman Fusion, which you can later use to discard with Snipe Hunter. You can special summon a Buster Blader that you maybe send with Grass Looks Greener to the grave. There's a ton of things you can do before, other than actually going into your Buster Blader Fusion, which is really good. We mainly use the Dragon Destroyer Swordsman for the piercing ability. We're not running DNA Surgery, we're not trying to lock down our opponents, but there are a lot of people playing Blue Eyes, so those become pretty easy wins. 3 Dragon Spirit of White, 3 Arcbrave Dragon. This could arguably be something like Cosmo Brain, but I really didn't want to put Cosmo Brain in here. Arcbrave Dragon has that graveyard synergy, so it works well with grass, and it's a card that I like a lot. Once we get Divine Lore Dragon Felgran, the good one, this card is going to be so good. 2 Buster Blader. You could put a third one in here, but I didn't know what to cut. Everything else seemed pretty important. 3 Paladin of Felgran. This card is really good in combination with Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords, because you equip a monster to it, you send the monster with Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords to the graveyard to get a token, and then you can tribute said token along with Paladin of Felgran to special summon that dragon. So it's really good. Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords is so good in this deck because if you mill it with Grass Looks Greener, you just get to send any level 7 or 8 dragon from your hand to the graveyard. You want to send things like Arcbrave Dragon, stuff like that, and you get to add it back to your hand. If you have 2 of them, the amount of plays you can make by making a token with one, then sending the other one to make a second token, getting it back by sending something from your hand to the graveyard, it's just so good. And in addition, if you control a level 7 or 8 dragon type monster, anything that gets special summoned to the field from anywhere except the graveyard has their effect negated for the remainder of that turn, which is pretty cool. 3 Blue Eyes, pretty standard. 2 Destruction Swordsman Fusion. You could even run this at 1 because if it hits the grave, all you have to do is discard something and get it back. But I was scared that it'd get banished, so I just put 2 in there. And then the 3 Grass. For the extra deck, we have 2 Fusions, 1 Red Dragon Archfiend, 1 Stardust Dragon, 1 Azure Eyes Silver Dragon, and 1 Gigantic Castle. Though I didn't really find myself going into the extra deck too much other than Buster Blader. So yeah, this deck was a ton of fun. It is 30 cards, so you're gonna see some bricks every now and then, but overall I think the deck did pretty well for what it is. I hope my boy Ace Grimbus likes the build, and let's just go ahead and show you guys some replays.
Duel.
And here we're going up against Loomis. There's a lot of Loomis in the ladder right now, especially in King of the Games. People are trying to get skills, and as soon as I see that it's Blue Eyes, I was like, okay, we're pretty good in this matchup. We're gonna let his Armades destroy my White Stone of Ancients, and then I'm gonna go ahead and fuse right here. Even though my fusion spell it's gonna get banished, I was able to take his Dragon Spirit of White to summon my Buster Blader, summon my own Blue Eyes at the end, and look at this, 5800 attack. He has a Sphere Krivo, so he's able to protect his life points there. But using a Dragon deck, he's not going to be able to do much more than that. Second Krivo, and then we finally see the scoop. That's kind of how the Blue Eyes matchup goes. 9 times out of 10, unless you don't get your whelps, or you don't get to your fusion spell. Another Loomis. I've been using Loomis a lot, not in PvP, mainly for auto dueling. I've been using him to farm the Odeon event. Got a couple nice skills, so it's gonna be fun to mess around with the new character, not to mention all those lovely free-to-play gems. So here we're gonna open up grass, activate Ruins of the Divine Lord Dragons, send the Blue Eyes to the graveyard that we're then gonna special summon using Arcbrave's effect. So now anything, double Arcbrave effect. So now anything that my opponent summons from anywhere other than the graveyard will have the effect negated for that turn. We're gonna Snipe Hunter, he's gonna betray us like usual. Go for the second pop. We'll get rid of Diddy Assailant, go for beatdown, easy win. That is just how explosive the deck is if you get your grass turn 1, which as most grass decks are. Next we have, what was this Crowler running actually? Ancient Gears? No, I think it was Neos, some sort of Neos fusion. So we're gonna activate Grass. Go for Ruins to Divine Lord Dragon Lords because I have an Arcbrave in the graveyard, so I knew I was gonna control a level 8 during my opponent's standby phase. Double Arcbrave again. Really good. Yeah, there's a Neos fusion. He's gonna send a Bacon Saber. Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords is gonna negate the effect. He has a pretty busted hand here. Goes Econ Take, clears my entire board, hits me for 28. But we're gonna get a Dragon Spirit of White during the end phase. I'm gonna activate Snipe Hunter's effect, force the banish from the grave. And then we can use the White Stone of Ancients to get a Blue Eyes to my hand. I didn't want to leave myself open at this life points, so I'm gonna go ahead and tribute my Snipe Hunter to put a token in defense mode. And now I can attack this Neos Brave twice. Bait the Bacon Saber, special summon the Blue Eyes that I just added to my hand. Finally get rid of him. Here's gonna go Miracle Contact, summon another Brave Neos, who is also gonna have the effect negated. And this is really good because that's 2 monsters he destroyed with Brave Neos that he wasn't able to get any effect from. We get rid of his Neos, no protection in the grave. Pick up a second card to use with Snipe Hunter. No Betray this time. And we can go ahead and end the game. Yeah, when this deck gets going, it's really fun. Even you guys will see a Weevil matchup at the end. Even against Weevil, it wasn't as hard as I thought. You definitely need a Snipe Hunter or your Paladin of Felgren in that matchup because they're gonna run Obnoxious Skelety Guardian, and you know all your bigger monsters can't get over it. But even then, if you can put a Buster Blader fusion on the field, you can still pierce through that Celtic Guardian. So the matchup is not horrible. Here my opponent's playing it slow, so I'm just going to be doing the same. Destroy the Bacon Saber, get a Archbrave Dragon to the field. And he's running Steel Swarm Neos. He's going to get his Neos fusion. I'll get a Blue Eyes in exchange. Or a Dragon Spirit of White. We pick up a Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords, which is good. We're going to send that Archbrave to the graveyard. Special summon him back into the field using the token and Paladin of Felgran. Attack the Neos once to force the protection. Summon my Blue Eyes from the hand. Attack a second time, and then we hit an AD changer, so nothing too crazy. Steel Swarm Scout is going to bounce both my monsters back into the hand, which is unfortunate. But we pick up a Buster Whelp, special summon the Buster Blader, go for the attack. That's going to get negated by Bacon Saber, which is what we wanted. And the really cool thing is that I'm able to use Archbrave Dragon from my hand to fuse. So that's going to give me, even though he destroys... I didn't attack there, by the way. I didn't attack on purpose because I didn't want to trigger his Destiny draw. And he still used his Treacherous Trap Hole during the end phase. He should have waited because I'm about to summon another monster with Archbrave Dragon. And then he could have destroyed both, you know. So his Steel Swarm Moth is going to attempt to send back my Dragon Spirit of White. We're just going to tag him out for the Blue Eyes that he kindly returned to my hand. Play around the enemy controller there, summoning in defense mode. Use the White Stone of Vengeance, activate Ruins of the... I keep saying this card and I keep forgetting the name. Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords. We'll finally give him his Destiny draw, but we're not too worried. We have a fusion here, so we can dodge anything. Like a Gale Lizard. I summon Buster Blader again. In attack position. Unfortunately for me, he has just enough heroes in the graveyard to crash with my Buster Blader. He gets to search. I take 14. And then I pick up Paladin of Felgran, which is super clutch. We're gonna get a dragon from the deck, use that to summon a token, special summon Dragon Spirit of White, banish that second Treacherous that was dead for him, and then just attack for game over the Gale Lizard. Yeah, so he kind of went full on aggressive on that last play, thinking he'd have the OTK, and it was pretty close, but luckily my fusion spell let me dodge that original Gale Lizard and survive with 200 life. And then this is the Weevil match. This match was pretty hype, I think. I was able to do a lot of cool plays, getting 2 of my continuous spells on the field at once. So hopefully you guys notice this spice. Parasite Infestation adds 2 parasites, I believe. So we're gonna go ahead and activate Grass, send one of them straight to his graveyard. Activate Ruins because I'm gonna be special summoning a dragon. That way anything he tries to special summon will be negated. Decides not to crash, so we're gonna activate Ruins, send that Archbrave to the graveyard to give me another dragon during the standby phase. We go for the attack on this Amazonas Swordswoman, bait out a Canadia, and special summon our Blue Eyes. Amazonas Onslaught is going to banish my Blue Eyes, but that's fine. We're about to banish that Onslaught thanks to Archbrave Dragon. The Floodgate here, it's really not gonna hurt us a whole lot. Amazonas Princess is going to search Willpower. But that again, it's not a huge threat. We can... so look at the plays right here. We're gonna activate Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords. Send our other Ruins to the graveyard to get a token. Use White Stone of Vengeance to get a Blue Eyes. Tribute Summon for the Blue Eyes, sending my Dragon Spirit of White to the graveyard. He was the only one I had, otherwise I would have just added a Dragon Spirit of White and then banished this card right away. And then because my Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords is in the graveyard, I can send my Archbrave from the hand, get the continuous spell back. And even though I know that's going to summon an Amazonas Swordswoman, my Archbrave is going to summon a Dragon Spirit of White. We banish that, get rid of the Amazonas, and it's time to go for game. Activate Ruins, get rid of my Dragon Spirit of White again because he's the only one in my graveyard at the moment. Summon a token, use my second Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords, send my original continuous spell, get a second token, and then I contribute both for my Dragon Spirit of White, banish the back row, which turns out to be a Floodgate. He makes the mistake of summoning Canadia right here, because I don't know what this is. This could have been a Swordswoman, and then I'm kind of in trouble. But I guess if it was Swordswoman, he would have more than likely summoned in attack mode. So he summons this Canadia. All I have to do now is fuse into my Buster Blader, and we have game. However, as I mentioned, the Ruins of the Divine Dragon Lords will negate anything that's special summoned from anywhere other than the graveyard for the rest of the turn. If you control a face-up, if you control a level 7 or 8 Dragon type monster. So I have to fuse with my face-up Blue Eyes in order to get my effect, being the pierce damage, and we win over that Canadian. So I don't know if he didn't check my graveyard or wasn't thinking, but definitely that second dimension of a Blue Eyes deck with Buster Blader caught him off by surprise. And yeah, this is a really fun excuse me, really fun deck. I really enjoyed playing it. I hope my boy Ace Grimbus found the deck list interesting and he enjoyed this video, as I hope all of you did as well. Thank you so much for watching. As always, like, comment, and subscribe if you want. Join my Discord if you haven't. The link will be down in the description. Along my PayPal link if you guys want to support my channel, support my content. I really appreciate that. And until next time.